The Quarren testing facility floated in the void between stars, a monument to galactic academia. For 3 centuries, the galaxy's brightest minds had attempted the cognitive endurance trial, and for 3 centuries, they had failed. The trial was simple in concept, brutal in execution. Assemble a 10,000-piece holographic puzzle in zero gravity, while the pieces slowly drifted, rotated, and your memory was bombarded with psionic interference. Alex Martinez floated in the observation chamber, watching through the transparent aluminum as his partner, Ashley Chen, suited up for the trial. The Quarren examiner Thelvar towered over both humans with his crystalline exoskeleton refracting the harsh white lights of the facility. Your species' application to the Galactic Academic Consortium has been noted, Thelvar said, his translator rendering his clicking mandibles into cold, precise galactic standard. However, we have standards. In 300 years, only 17 individuals have completed the trial. Not one was from a species younger than 5 million years of evolution. Ashley checked her oxygen levels and grinned at Alex through her helmet. Good thing we've got Spite older than some of your member species then. Thelvar's antennae twitched. Confusion or annoyance, Alex couldn't tell. The examiner activated the trial chamber. 10,000 holographic pieces materialized in the spherical room, each one a fragment of an image none of them could yet perceive. The pieces began to drift, tumbling through 3-dimensional space in seemingly random patterns. You may begin. Ashley pushed off from the entrance platform, diving into the chaos. Alex held his breath. They'd trained for 6 months for this moment, ever since Earth's academic coalition had scraped together enough credits to afford the application fee. Everything humanity had learned, invented, and discovered was on trial in this room. The first hour was mesmerizing. Ashley moved through the zero-gravity environment like she'd been born in it. Her hands darting out to catch pieces, examine them, and either connect them or send them spinning to specific zones she was establishing throughout the chamber. Alex could see her system emerging. She was creating a grid, organizing pieces by color gradient, by pattern type, by the subtle texture variations in the holographic projections. By hour 3, the Quarren observers began murmuring among themselves. Ashley had completed roughly 15% of the puzzle, a pace that would have broken the facility record. But Alex knew his partner. She wasn't racing. She was hunting hour 6. Ashley's movements had become mechanical, rhythmic. She'd stopped returning to the platform for water. She'd entered what she called the zone, that peculiar human state where conscious thought dissolved and pure pattern recognition took over. The puzzle was 40% complete, forming a vast 3-dimensional image of what appeared to be a stellar nursery, gas clouds giving birth to infant stars. Thelvar approached Alex. Remarkable stamina. But the psionic interference increases exponentially after hour 7. It has broken the minds of species with far more developed neural architectures. Alex smiled. Yeah, well, we've got this thing about not quitting. It's like a disease. Hour 9. The interference was visible now. Ripples in space-time that made Alex's eyes water even through the observation window. Ashley had slowed but not stopped. 70% complete. The stellar nursery was breathtaking, each completed section revealing impossible detail. Individual molecules of gas, the quantum fluctuations at the heart of forming suns. Hour 12. 90%. Ashley's face was pale, sweat covering her skin despite the suit's climate control. But her eyes were bright, fevered. Her hands never stopped moving. Hour 14, 37 minutes. The last piece clicked into place. The observation chamber erupted. Quarren, Valorian, and Thex observers rose from their seats, their various forms of applause creating a cacophony of clicks, whistles, and subsonic rumbles. Ashley floated at the center of the completed puzzle, the stellar nursery surrounding her in holographic glory. Thelvar's translator crackled. Unprecedented. 14 hours, 37 minutes. A new record by— Wait. Ashley's voice cut through the celebration. She was rotating slowly, her eyes scanning the massive image. Something's wrong. The chamber fell silent. There are 3 pieces missing, she said quietly. Thelvar's entire body went rigid. Impossible. You completed the puzzle. We all witnessed. No. Ashley pointed to 3 locations in the vast 3-dimensional image.
Here in the upper left quadrant, there should be a piece showing the beginning of a Type 2 supernova shockwave.
Here in the lower right, there's a gap in the molecular cloud's density gradient. And here, she indicated a spot near the puzzle's center. There's a piece missing that would show the gravitational lensing effect from a brown dwarf just outside the frame. Alex watched as Thelvar's antennae drooped. The examiner activated a holographic interface, his mandibles clicking rapidly as he pulled up the puzzle's original schematic. Silence stretched for 30 seconds. 60. 90. She's correct. Thelvar finally said, his voice barely audible. 3 pieces were removed from the puzzle before the trial began. A test within the test to see if the subject would notice. In 300 years, only one being has ever identified even a single missing piece, and only after we informed them pieces had been removed. Ashley pulled herself back to the platform, exhausted. How did she catch them all? Someone whispered. Alex helped his partner out of the chamber. You want to know the secret? He said to Thelvar. Humans don't just see patterns. We see the gaps where patterns should be. We evolved hunting prey that hid, searching for water in deserts, finding meaning in chaos. We're wired to see what's missing, not just what's there. Ashley managed a weak smile. Also, I've got a mild case of OCD and an eidetic memory. But yeah, mostly the human thing. 3 days later, Earth received formal acceptance into the Galactic Academic Consortium. The approval notice included an addendum, a request for human puzzle designers to consult on next-generation trials. Some species, the galaxy was learning, didn't just solve impossible problems. They found the flaws in impossibility itself.